Okay, and this is the continuing the 1v1 game, and as expected, like I said, I'm disappointed in my play. I should have gone to 59 last time. He did go ahead and build this up here, like I kind of figured he would. And just to be clear, so here's our good old calculator. We'll pull the calculator over here. This is what the battle looks like, with me being able to bring in the 7 fighters. So it's a 50-50 at a negative IPC value for me. That doesn't bug me too much when I'm the aggressor. It's more about the positioning and timings and all that fun jazz and whatnot. So that's what it looks like with 1 unit living. Except for I would probably keep the fighter alive because of the carrier transport I'm going to have coming in to take the island next to us. So the thing that I have to keep in mind with this too, and the positive out of this, we're also getting 2 transports by going for this. But like I said, more so is the positioning and timing, and specifically, so we do have 2 fighters, and because I'm going to take the island here, a bomber that can clean up. So whatever the U.S. doesn't finish, there'll be 2 fighters and a bomber. So if that battleship lives, I'll have 2 fighters and a bomber that can come in there and take it. There's even, to a degree, if the battleship and a blank lives, we'll be okay. I've got to think it through. If it doesn't go, if we don't have success, I'm going to think it through. I am going to move through 59 to attack. So at the very least, we've got these, these 2 boats coming up that can reinforce. And we'll play it by ear from there. This transport's going to go ahead and take the island here because that's what I need for the bomber to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to land. If everything just gets destroyed, all of his gets destroyed, and all of mine get destroyed, including these 2 fighters and these 2 fighters, all the fighters, everything just gets wiped out. Then I'll have my carrier and sub left. And he'll have his bomber left. But that bomber, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can hit there, so I don't think I would just have to sacrifice my transport in that case. I don't think I can move my carrier there if I don't have 1 fighter survive. But if I have 1 fighter survive, I'll move my carrier up to protect my transport. And then I'm going to have my second transport. If this sea zone gets wiped, then I'm going to move all the way on up into sea zone 61 likely. And I'm going to have to, I just got to see how this battle results, and I'm going to have to pause the video and I'm going to have to think it out. I want to move them to 61 where this fleet, they can come up into here next turn. And that way we then have that transport can hit any of these 3. Any surviving fighters for the UK will be in range of getting back to the mainland. And we'll be in range of attacking both of these guys. So lots of different reasons why I want to get there. But if it doesn't go well and it doesn't look like I'll be able to bring in the fleet safely into one of these sea zones, then I can always bail out and pull the transport, back to Hawaii or something. Not that I want to, obviously. Maybe back here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can come back to 64 so that we could still be threatening at least up here. But it's a possibility if we have to. We can bail the transport out. Don't want to. I'm hoping to get it under the protection of these guys after wiping these guys. The trick that's going to come into play is if I kill the carriers and I kill everything else except for the battleship and the transports, and there's fighters still sitting there, but I don't feel comfortable continuing the battle with the U.S. If fighters land on Japan then, and then that creates a difficulty for the coverage, because then those fighters would be able to attack this fleet as well as that bomber and the battleship. So that's where it's going to kind of come down to, depending on what survives exactly. So yeah, I'll have to think it through when we get to that particular point of the turn. Meanwhile, Russia's going to be looking good and just setting up strong. We're going to be dead zoning West Russia. We're going to go ahead and take Karelia back. So again, deny that forward build spots and stack here, stack these 2 guys up. I'm glad he retreated back this way because that means I don't have to worry about these guys. So U.S. can move 1 guy in and make him trade off a bit. All right, so we're going to be trashing these 2 carriers and probably going to lose a transport in the deal. So our build is going to consist of building a transport, a carrier, a destroyer, and 1 fighter backup. There we go. I was thinking about just the infantry and let my transport and building be able to take the tank, but just in case we do get to cover him up and save him. Oh, I forgot to go through the C zone like I wanted to. Hold on, let's go back. We don't want to. I want to make sure we go 1, 2. Huh? It won't let me go through specify going through C zone 59. Interesting. And just in case for some reason if I decided, so that gives me 3 different retreat options just in case. Not that I expect to retreat, I expect to go all in, but you know, it's a dice game, you never know what's going to happen, and sometimes you just got to figure out what best to do on what happens. So that's my 18 attacking units. Good. He's got 17 defending, right? Double check this. 9, 10, 11, 12, 17 defending is correct. We'll go ahead and move these guys on up. Move one of these guys in. All right. Here we go. This is a positive calculated risk. Plausible. Come on. It is perfectly plausible. It's better than plausible. All right. So I've got 1 more unit than him altogether. I've got 1 more attack power than he has defense power. So we should be hitting about the same number of hits. And as long as we stay around the same number of hits, I'll be okay, because that would leave me 1 unit surviving. So that's what we want to see. We want to see me get more hits than him. This is what I'm coming to. Isn't that every battle? We both have 1 battleship to absorb, so... All right. Oh, I don't know how that wasn't so good. 7 hits is about where we expected it to be. Five hits, wonderful for me. I didn't think about what order do I want to take the losses in. Do I want to save those carriers? Since I did 2 hits better, that puts me 3 above. I may want to save at least 1 of the carriers, because we could be sitting really good if dice continue to go well. So I think I'm going to save 1 of the carriers. But I don't think I want all 4. Oh no, we took out all his subs. His subs are gone. I want the quick strike ability of the sub still, because he does have 5 boats still out there, and I like that surprise strike component. Oh, he does have 1 destroyer living though, so that doesn't work for 1 round. Yeah. Oh, my battleship, you idiot. Why didn't you take a hit on your battleship? Oh. Good gracious. I can't believe I did that. All right, so what's he got living? He's got 6 hits still coming. He's going to get 3 more hits back on me. Fighters. How many fighters can I have live? I need to pause for a second here. I got to think better. I just completely brainwashed myself by forgetting the battleship. Okay, so as much as I'd like to risk having those subs for that surprise shot, take out the battleship, and him not get a return on the battleship. That's his only boat he's got left, so they could not, and then the subs couldn't hit the fighters. So I think we're just going to keep all our fighters, carriers, and see what we can have survive this battle. There we go. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to have 2 survive. I want 1 to be able to land. So I want the one with movement still to survive. So I can figure that out. Because I think I want one of them to land on this. Or both of them, actually, to land on the other carrier. Oh, this is going to put us in rather good shape, actually. That may have been the death blow there. I don't even have to take him in to meet those guys. Why am I going over there? I don't need to go over there. I'm mainly getting these ready to be able to for a transport on the East Coast, but if I come down here, that gives me the option West Coast, and then next turn that'd be available for the East Coast anyways. So that was my whole mess there. Okay, well, I gotta say that was very surprising. Very poor luck for Matzestinkt at this point. And just assuming this game goes anywhere, more that, we know he's going to build air, so the carrier fighter is best over here. Destroyer, in case he threw subs, because I have no destroyers in here, so he can drop subs next turn, and they'll be perfectly safe. I'm not sure that would be the smart way to play, but I'm going to go ahead and get a destroyer over on this side of the zone, because we do have this destroyer down here, I guess, so they wouldn't be perfectly safe. We just got to make sure we keep this destroyer alive and dead zoning 60 and 62. Alright, now we just gotta make Moscow survive. There we go. All right, let me double check what we got going in here. So we'll have 24 plus the 4 build, 28, 29 units. He's got 18, 19, 22, 23 attacking, so we should be good there. I want to make sure I have enough here just to dead zone them, actually. So we will have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Could we put more people over there? I need to relook at this a little closer, I think. Let's see. So we're worried about the G4 hit on Caucasus, where it's 3 infantry, 1 artillery, 14 tanks, 5 fighters. I got my 2 fighters going in there, correct? Yep. I need bare minimum 22 ground units plus the AA. We got the AA. We've got 5 coming in here. Is that right? 5, 10, 22, 26 coming in there. So we could move a few more over. Let's see what it's going to take us for that dead zone that we want to make sure that we have, or that we want to try to create. So if he's got 5 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 tank, and a bomber, and we'll have 2 fighters, 2 tanks, and artillery. Does 4 infantry do it? I don't think 4 infantry is quite enough. I think we want to move another infantry or 2 over. Oh, wow. 4 infantry is close. We'll move 1 more infantry over, right? How about that? How's that look? Yeah, I think we'll just move 1 more infantry over there. And so now we've got 16, 21 plus the 4 build, 25. So we should be good against the defense. We're just going to double check everything. We're going to have 20 infantry, 2 fighters, AA. That should put us safe. And 3, 1, 14, 5 fighters. Yeah, we're good there. All right. All right, so that was with the 9 build infantry. I killed, 1 infantry up here of his, so it's a biased 10 IPC, so we'll take 10 off, and now it goes an accurate war report. So if we were 140 to 145, so and a KJF hanging in there with the Axis, again, I'm happy with that. His income's at 87, although, again, I don't think he's going to have 48 again. And this is going to start decreasing very soon. Yeah, most he's going to get 2, 8, 10, 12. He'll get 12 back, so he can get up to about 43 possibly. So this is what the board looks like now. Center of the board. Again, we're conceding Karelia. That's fine. He can go up there. Looked at the idea of putting everything in here, but still keeping enough just to stack Kaza. But even then, if he flew all his fighters in here, I couldn't dead zone Ukraine. So instead, we'll dead zone him on this side and take away some more Japan income. I did leave him intentionally, even though he could kill them easily with the 2 infantry and a bomber. He may want his bomber doing other things. You know, the bomber would have to land on one of these 3 territories, which is at risk of my transport. So, and I know that he'll want to do that. So I don't think he may take the 2 infantry 1 and see how it goes. But I think we're just going to hold that and hold our ground and keep a little extra Russian income coming for a while. So obviously I feel very, even we look at that war report, right? If you just look at the war report, it's like, it's his income's pretty high and it's a pretty even attack power, so this is a pretty even game. But if you look at the board positioning and the fact that allies have a dominant fleet in here, in the Pacific, whereas the German front is stalled, then you know this is a very strong position for Allies right now. In reality, despite what the war report. That's why I don't get into the war reports a whole lot, and I apologize I don't show them more often because I know people like to see them. It just doesn't do anything for me in particular. So, all right, there we go.